here's the reality, guys. He goes on in verse 20 under this point, and he says something very fascinating. The God of peace will soon crush who? Satan under your feet. You know what he just said? Guys, here's the honesty. I know we talk a lot of fun stuff at Bayside. We want to be joyous. We want to be hopeful. We want to give you guys passion. But here's the reality. Satan and evil are real. And they want to steal your joy and destroy your life. You were not born into a rom-com. You were born into a war movie. This is not a Jennifer Aniston show. This is Saving Private Ryan. You are in a war every day for your mind, for your soul. That's what the temptation is when you're sitting there and you're trying to defeat that sin and the temptation keeps coming and coming and coming. This is why the Apostle Paul says, you want to know why you're losing that fight? Because I'm going to give you 3 images. He said, I want you to be, he says this in Timothy, I want you to be like an athlete, a farmer, and a what? A soldier. That's what you're living in. An athlete, a farmer, a soldier. Do you know any of them that wake up past 6 o'clock in the morning? You're not going to defeat Satan by waking up at noon, guys. I don't mean like literally, some of you are shift workers. I mean spiritually. You're like, wow, what's the problem? I'm tired. You're fine. I'm talking about how, unless you're in the scriptures, unless you're praying, unless you're fasting, unless you have discipline, unless you're serving, unless you're giving, you're going to lose that fight. And here's the key thing. When your kid, this is what I used to make sure of when my kids were growing up. When your kid looks at you and goes, I'm scared. Are there monsters, Daddy? Don't lie to them and say there's not. Because there is. What you do say is, I want you to love and treasure the monster slayer, and his name is Jesus. The world is full of evil. I've seen things as a pastor I could not explain. And yet he goes, he's going to defeat him. He's going to crush him under his feet. He's the one who's victorious. And then the passage ends